Hey guys, welcome back to Florida. I'm still here, leaving in a couple days, so this is kind of my setup for the last couple videos. Sorry if there's some shaking or the sound's off. I have my little lav mic here that I hope is actually going to pick up the sound properly. I usually use a different mic, but whatever. This video, I want to go into the word or words calorie deficit, and I think this is one of the most misunderstood lines in the fitness and health industry. I hear it a lot, especially on TikTok. If you guys aren't following me there, feel free to go to TikTok and follow my account there. But it's something that I hear all the time, whether it's with trainers or members, people on social media. And they're like, if you want to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. Now, the reason why I think this is a really dangerous word or verbiage to use, because a lot of people don't really understand the entire nuts and bolts of this line be in a caloric deficit. Now, yes, there should be a deficit calorically if you want to lose weight. That's just how science works. However, a lot of people take this comment thinking they just shouldn't eat, or they should eat considerably less food. That's not the case. And if you're someone who's plateauing with their weight loss, they'll eat even more less than what they're already eating, and then they get into this plateau where they just starve themselves and they develop eating disorders and all this stuff. So it's really important that we understand what being in a caloric deficit actually means versus what we think it means. So this is what this video is going to be about. So moving forward, I guess I should also preface it with, I am maybe my own industry's worst nightmare because I'm openly honest, and there's a lot of bullshit in my industry, and I want to just kind of clear the air on some things with both an educated mind and an opinion, to help everybody better understand if you are someone that's looking for weight loss or maybe you have other health and fitness goals. So if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell on my channel. That way you get to see when I put up a new video, but at the same time you get to help my channel out, which is greatly appreciated. So moving on. Like I said earlier, it can be really damaging for people, and mostly people who, and this is not an insult, people who are uneducated in nutrition, in the physiology of our body and how things break down and how we fuel ourselves. If we're not giving ourselves enough fuel, we're not going to work right. We're not going to think right. We're not going to have enough energy. Our sleep is going to be off. The lack of micronutrients and macronutrients can affect us in so many different ways, like hormones. People think, I'm skipping ahead of myself on my points, but fat doesn't make you fat. And when people cut back on their caloric intake, a lot of times I hear people say, I don't eat any fat. You need fat. Your hormones need fat. Your brain needs fat. Your organs, people, you need to eat healthy fats. Fats are not bad for you. The other thing we see, especially in the fitness competition world, eating disorders. So if you've ever competed in a fitness competition before, they don't really eat a ton of food, especially the last 4 weeks. They're in a hardcore caloric deficit and they look like death. Now, if people know people who do these competitions, you know that typically when they come out of it, they get really hyper obsessed because they don't want to gain a bunch of weight back, especially for first timers or people that are just really getting started in this industry. And I've seen firsthand many people when I had a studio and even in the gyms where people have a really hard time post competition. I've seen the worst case I've seen personally up front and in front of my face, not my client, she get 100 pounds back in like a 4-month span. So we have to be really conscious about what does it mean to be in a caloric deficit and stop comparing ourselves to other people. So we have to have a healthier connection with food, but also a healthy connection with that phrase of caloric deficit, because it's unfortunate a lot of society has a really unhealthy outlook on what caloric deficit means. Just because you eat less does not mean it's healthy and does not mean it's going to get you to your goal. The other point I have here, I kind of mentioned earlier, was over time we develop health conditions. And again, this is due to lack of micronutrients or macronutrients. Our thyroid needs help. Sorry if you hear a dog barking in the background. Our thyroid needs help, especially for women. Our hormones need fuel through whether it's carbohydrates, fats. Protein is a huge thing. If you don't eat enough protein, you're going to start to eat away at your muscle, which you don't want to do. Now, talking about the muscle aspect of it, working out. Obviously, if you want to lose weight, a lot of people are training and working out, going to the gym, or doing some sort of activity in itself, which is fantastic. But here's the thing. If you're exercising and you're burning an extra, we'll say 500 calories. I hate that word. I hate the notion of calories. But if you burn an additional 500 from your workout, but you're still only eating 1,200 calories a day, which is below your basal metabolic rate, you're in an extreme deficit. So what happens? Sure, you might lose some weight initially, then you're going to plateau, you're going to get tired, you're going to get brain fog, you're going to be fucking miserable. Why? Because you're not fueling yourself. So if you're someone's basal metabolic rate, say is 1,500 a day, and you can run a calculation online, super easy, and you know you're going to go to the gym and your energy expenditure, say, will run you, say, 500 calories. So you're at 2,000. So you need to eat, say, 1,800 to say 2,000 calories that day. Not stick to 1,200 when you're working out a whole lot more. That is going to run you into the ground. You're going to get sick. You're going to be more prone to injury, and that's not a good idea. So again, we need to look at what does being in a caloric deficit mean and a healthy way to go about it in terms of weight loss. Now, if you don't want to lose weight and you're working out, you need to eat more because you need to fuel. You need to keep your ATP stored. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to lift as much. You're not going to recover well. Your performance is going to be garbage. So this is a whole other aspect in itself, and which is why I'm going to pitch my Pivot program. It's a 4-week online program where I go over all of this. I go over detailed nutrition. I go over programming for your workouts. So whether it's in a gym or outside doing your own thing, whatever, there's programming in there, something called periodization I go over, mindset, which is a huge part of my Pivot program. We lump everything together so that you have the tools to be able to go out and have a healthier you and understanding of what it's like to be healthy and not eat crap out of a box that says low fat and you're only eating 1,000 calories a day. So link is in the description, ashleymatthew.com. It's my 4-week online program. You can do it anywhere you want from your home. You can take as long as you want to go through it. Every week you're dripped your new modules. They're all done by video. They have handouts. And you can go back 3 months from now and retake an entire module if you want, your own username and login. So if that's something you want, head over to my link, check out the Pivot program, and I'd like to see you guys in there. All right, moving on. So with that being said, stop starving yourself. That's it. Stop starving yourself. There's too many clinics and these crash diets and these trainers that really want the transformation out of selfishness to be able to post that picture of a before and after in an extremely unhealthy way. We need to stop this. We need to start focusing on nutrition and the good aspects of nutrition to help fuel us and also prevent disease. You know, let's be healthier in that if we get injured, we can get up and keep going. We have a faster recovery. We have a less chance of getting some sort of disease, whether it's like diabetes, heart disease, any of this kind of stuff. And we can go further into health, which you can go to any of my other videos where I dive into lots of different subjects, and I can easily just trail off. So I'm going to try and stick to the caloric deficit thing here. But all in all, please take time to educate yourself on nutrition, on health. And yes, I understand there's a lot of material out there and it's hard, but you're in the position where you can test, you can do things, you can try things. I've been doing this for, since my early 20s. People that know me from a long time ago know I lab rat everything, which is why you can go back and look at my carnivore videos, which helped me out a ton and helped fix my thyroid. I've done things like the parasite cleanse, which I'm actually just finishing up my week 3 right now on a parasite cleanse. So there's other things that you can do, but again, this video is we're going to stay on the caloric deficit side. But again, it's educating yourself on food, educating on, you know, maybe you can eat things and someone else can't because we're not all built the same. We're built from different genetics. Sorry about that. I'm almost done. And the last part here, finishing up, is please do not go for the pills and crash diets because that's not a long-term thing. That is a short term. It's a short term window because you cannot sustain crash diets. You cannot sustain popping these dumb pills that this industry keeps pushing out. A pill is not going to get you where you need to go. You need to put the time and effort in to becoming healthy. And part of that becoming healthy is not just eating right, but everything upstairs, which again is in my pivot program. I can't stress enough how much your mindset will dictate your results. And a lot of you go for the short-term stuff, and this is not me trying to be a dick, but a lot of you, Jake, a lot of you will go for these short-term fixes for whatever mindset reason, and it's something we need to address. And we need to address why you are not putting the effort in to a long-term fix. What is keeping you from that? And again, it's something we cover in the pivot program. But all that to say, please educate yourself on what a caloric deficit is. And again, if you haven't liked, subscribed, and hit the notification bell on my videos, please do that. Again, helps me, helps you see when I put out content. And if you want to see me go on and blabber about any other kind of topic when it comes to the health and fitness industry or maybe entrepreneurship or whatnot, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to do a video discussing whatever you want on there. And again, if you have questions about this video, questions about caloric deficit, also write that in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer. Hopefully, this rambled video, unedited, will help somebody out. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one where hopefully I'll be filming from my little home studio. Have a good one, guys.